And just into us, Governor J.B. Pritzker, one of 3 governors who's being called to testify before a House committee about sanctuary cities next month. And you may remember that is the same committee that Mayor Brandon Johnson testified in front of last month.
This comes as President Trump is threatening to cut federal funding for sanctuary cities like Chicago, and that would have a huge impact on public services that help all Chicagoans, not just new arrivals. Our Sabrina Franz is here to break it all down for us.
Joe Murray, this is not just federal funding as it relates to migrants. This is all federal funding that we're talking about. Some of it is likely congressionally mandated, like certain infrastructure projects that the president cannot touch. But other grants pay for programs completely unrelated to immigration.
In a post on Truth Social Thursday, President Trump makes a promise: no more sanctuary cities. He adds, working on papers to withhold all federal funding for any city or state that allows these death traps to exist.
Chicago is and always has been a proud city of immigrants.
Mayor Brandon Johnson testified on Capitol Hill earlier this year.
Nothing is more important to me than the safety and well-being of all residents.
Defending Chicago's sanctuary status amid these threats, alongside the mayors of Boston, Denver, and New York. When the president says he plans to withhold all federal funding, it's not clear which programs would suffer the biggest monetary loss, as some are mandated by Congress. Last year, City of Chicago data shows $46.3 million of federal grants funded the migrant mission. We do know, though, that last year Chicago received almost $2.5 billion in federal grant funding, so only about 1.85% of that was actually spent on migrants, according to city data. The rest of that grant money has paid for things like transit security, domestic violence protection, a sexual assault program for violence against women, and Chicago's summer food program, among many other things. The city's budget had allocated $3.5 billion in federal funding for 2025. It's not clear what would happen if that money is pulled.
Now, we reached out to the mayor's office for comment on this, and they reiterated that the city of Chicago has complied with all federal and state laws, promising to defend Chicagoans against what they call, quote, unlawful attempts to strip residents of the funding and services that they are entitled to. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for Governor J.B. Pritzker says the governor is evaluating, quote, whether or not he should take time out of his busy schedule to, quote, educate the House GOP on these matters.
Interesting. We'll see what he decides. Thank you, Sabrina.